Yeah, it's the Casimir. I'm not very happy today, am I? I'm a not very happy Casimir Engine. Why aren't you happy? You're never happy, Kaz. Of course I am. It's my first day back from the holiday. Yeah, it's going to be holiday tour all the way.
You're listening to the Casimir
Ka. Hasn't that been done to death? Isn't that so 90s?
You think so?
Casimir Engine.
It's the Casimir Engine. It's not Ka.
Hey, this is brand new music from my new favourite funk band from Derby. I'm mad on the Average White Band. When I first heard these, I thought all my dreams had come true. It's Oobleck.
Casimir Engine Show Podcast.
You're listening to the Casimir Engine Show podcast, as our Willow has just said. That was the awesome Oobleck. They're from Derby. That was 44 Funked. And that's from their new EP that we'll be featuring on the show, I think, next week. Switch the music up on time, Kaz, it helps. I'm not sure about this one. Yeah, maybe not. Anyway, it happened again. What's on the show tonight, Casimir? That came from Louise. She says, "Here, where you been?" I said, "I've been on my holidays." Oh no, all we're going to hear is about deck chairs and stuff like that. Yeah, that's about right. What have we got on the show tonight, Casimir? Well, I tell you what, Louise, I'll tell you what we've got on the show. We've got, I bought my very own, I don't know how to say that. I bought a piece of art from my new mate Rachel. I'm going to give you details on how you can get a really cool piece of art for like little money. We've got Amazon. I bought something off of Amazon. Obviously, I'm going to be talking about my holiday. Wirksworth Festival was on a couple of weeks ago. People who've got degrees but can't spell. Yeah, you can't believe it, can you? Hey, Kaz is on a rant again. What are you ranting about? I'm ranting about parking charges again. I want to talk a lot about food, because what have I done for a week? Eat. And remarkably, I've not put on any weight whatsoever. Yeah, we don't believe you. Well, it's true. I've weighed myself today. And I honestly, don't lose or put on any weight. It's well weird. So that's what's coming up on the Casimir Engine Show podcast. We've got new music with South Facer Portrayal. We've got another Oobleck track a little bit later on. But we're kicking off with Analog, Electric, Whatever, and Surf Radio. I love this. That's the fantastic Analog Electronic, whatever. They're from Derby, and I'm going to post up all the details on our Facebook and Twitter pages.
You're listening to the Casimir Engine Show Podcast.
You certainly are. So, give us all the contact details then, Kaz. Where can we find all this information about Analog Electronic, whatever? Well, the Twitter handle. Ooh. The Twitter handle is at Casimir Podcast. That's CASIMIR Podcast. And then the Facebook page, you can put in a little shortcut thingy now. And it's at Casimir Podcast, exactly the same thing. One day I'm going to explain why I'm called Casimir. Because I met another new friend. How many friends you got now, Kaz? They're still all on one hand, I think. But I met somebody in Wirksworth the other day who will be coming up a little bit later on, South Facer. But we're going to start off with a little bit of... I'm gradually going to wean you into holiday chat. And it's having a nibble with the Casimir engine. Right? Because on holiday, I just et and et and et and et. That's E.T. There's no A in et, right? So having a nibble with the Casimir. My favourite, of course, will still be Peak Feast in Yawley Grave. I call it Yawley Grave because we once had a vet for Dennis the studio dog, and he was Irish, and he worked up at the vets up on... Sorry if you don't live round here, but I'm getting a bit local on it. Ding, 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 ding. Anyway, he kept on calling a local town called Bonsall, he kept on calling it Bosnell. And Yule Grave, he kept on calling it Yawley Grave all the time. It's stuck, it's just stuck. So we're having a nibble with the Casimir engine. Where did you go? I went over to Suffolk. Where is that? It's kind of... Well, the next stop after that's Holland, right? And we went to this town. I ain't going to tell you where it is because I don't want no one else to go. It's my place, right? But we went to a fantastic bakery. So hello to all the lads and the lasses, at Magpie Bakery. We're all inclusive on the Casimir Engine Show. And I'm going to reel off what I've eaten, aren't I? At the Magpie Bakery, I had the most amazing thing. It was called almond croissant on toast. Or almond croissant toast. So they made the croissant, or is it croissant or croissant? French things, right? They made them like bread shape, covered it in almonds and then toasted it. It was gorge. Right, that was for me kind of breakfast pudding. But my breakfast mains, right, if you're a vegetarian, stick your fingers in your ear holes. Going to have to rank back this, I said rank, right? I don't even know what that means, right, but I'm going to have to take it all the way back because I'm running out of bed music. Ding, 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 ding. Right, anyway... Yeah, this is going to... vegetarians, stick your fingers in your ears. That wasn't bad, was it? Because I had a bacon sandwich. And it was that nice streaky bacon. Streaky bacon? Anyway, it was really nice and crispy. But they dipped the bread in the dip in the pan. Oh, they didn't use butter or anything like that. They just smeared it all over in the pan. Oh, starving. So we went there. That was breakfast number one. The best breakfast, I think, unfortunately, it was only because of the venue, was at Susie's on the beach. Because I sat and had another bacon sandwich and a coffee and I watched the sun come up. Oh, how romantic, eh? Me and Mrs. Engine and Herbie, the studio dog. And then we went to the poshest chip shop in the world, and they serve, while you're waiting, you can have a glass of red wine or a glass of white wine or a glass of Prosecco. Ain't no cans of Tango or nothing like that. This is the poshest, most posh chip shop in the world. So where was it then, Kaz? Come on, let us in on the secret. It was in a place called Southwold. And there's another connection between Southwold and something that I did just before I went on holiday. God, this is a flipping long link, innit? Yeah, I'm cutting it short now. There's going to be some more music. But there was a link with the Wirksworth Arts Festival. I was involved with that. I was asked by local film producer and arts trail coordinator Stuart Wielden. I was asked if I could help about, and I decided I was going to help out. I was going to volunteer. And the connection was, there's a bloke on Southwold Pier called Tim Hunkin, and he's got the coolest amusement arcade you've ever been in your life. And he bought part of it to Wirksworth. It was incredible. I'd have bought it. If he'd have given me a price for it, I would have bought this amusement ride. Everybody was going on it. It was fantastic, and it was only £1. It was the best £1 you'd ever spent. I'm sorry to tell you after the event, but I didn't know it was happening before. You're listening to the Casimir Engine Show podcast, and this is The Sun Charms. That's the Sun Charms with Spaceship. How good's that, eh? How good is that? Hang on a minute. We need to put a bit of this on. Oh, do you know what? And the reason that I'd made a mistake then I've swapped everything round. So where normally the computer that plays the music is now on the right when it's normally on the left. So my knobs have changed side. Hey, don't forget, we give away a mixtape on the Casimir Engine Show podcast. All you got to do is answer a simple question. And this week, it's regarding one of the most catchy songs I've heard in a gazillion years. I'm going to play it next. And what is it, Kaz? Oh, you see what I mean? Right, so what you've got to do is I'm playing a track by a band called Legpuppy. All you've got to do is tell me they've got a video out to this catchy tune, and the track is called Twitmachine. All you've got to do is go onto their video it's on YouTube or it's on their website legpuppy.co.uk. All you've got to do is tell me what percentage of the population have a Twitmachine. That's all you got to do. And it don't matter where you are in the world, I'm going to send you a Casimir Engine Show actual cassette. Right, I've got it in my hand here. It's unopened at the moment. It's a TDK FE90 cassette. So far we've had two winners. We've had PK from AOT. We've had Henry from the Little Hallam Posse. This time it could be you. So I record, all the tracks are going to be vinyl. So it's a proper old schooly mixtape. So what we got to do then, Kaz, just tell me on the Legpuppy Twitmachine YouTube or legpuppy.co.uk on the video for Twitmachine, tell me what percentage of the population have a Twitmachine. This is fantastic.
Living the dream, big on the
told you it was absolutely fantastic. See what I mean? Hey, if you can hear in the background, you can hear Herbie, the studio dog, going mentalist, right? He's learned how to bark. And every time I come upstairs, he starts barking. So that's Twitmachine by Legpuppy. All you've got to do is tell me what percentage of the population has a Twitmachine. It tells you on the video for the track. It's my favourite of the moment. Oh, I love that. Unbelievable. It reminds me a bit, and I hate doing this, but it does remind me a little bit of Zig Zig Sputnik, which ain't a bad thing in my book. So what else you got to tell us then, Kaz? Right, I've got loads more music coming up. We've got Portrayal with Lost Souls. We've also got... Hey, you remember my mate, Triple Black Amoeba? He's persuaded me to play one of his tracks on the show. Yeah, it's coming up soon. Right, Triple Black Amoeba have made it onto the Casimir Engine Show podcast. Oh, Herbie's getting on me wick now. Oh, now I'm getting emails as well. It's all going absolutely wrong. Oh, I went down to my new friend Rachel. I met her at the old lock-up gallery. Now, this was really cool. What she'd done is she'd contacted 600 artists from around the world, and they'd all done some kind of artwork, postcard size. So it's on a postcard. She got them all displayed at the old lock-up gallery, which is in Cromford. You can get them online. They've got an Etsy account, or an Etsy shop, I think they are. So you can go online and you can have a look. Have a look for the old lock-up gallery, Cromford, Derbyshire. Anyway, we went down there and I had a look at all the artwork that had been sent in. As I say, it was all on postcards. But the cool thing is you couldn't have a look who the artist was, so you couldn't touch the artwork until you bought it. So it could have been, say, for example, it could have been a 6-year-old girl from Cromford Community School has done a painting, stuck it up. If you like it and you bought it, that's art, right? What you couldn't do was turn it over and say, oh yeah, this is a new artist from Milan who I'm very keen on. Right, you couldn't do that, so you had to just have a look at it, decide which one you liked, and then buy it. Every single one of them was 15 quid. Isn't that a cool way of buying art? Anyway, I bought my first piece, as they say in the trade. This is South Facer. I met him at Wirksworth Festival. He's a soundscape artist. This is called On Concorde's Wing. It's mega.
out of 10 listeners voted the Casimir Engine Show podcast the best podcast in the world.
That was South Facer. He's from Wirksworth. I'll be putting up all the details on the Facebook page. And I'm just looking for, let's have a look, some of this. Yeah, get it right, Kaz. Hey, I had a funny experience the other day. Yeah, better be, Kaz. Now you've built it up like that. So I've been making purchases on Amazon, and Mrs. Engine scours the bank account, and she looks for stuff that I've bought and not told her about. Right? That's not the funny part. Even though it is, you're not in control of your own life, Kaz. But the weird thing was, right, I'd bought a HDMI cable. So nothing extraordinary about that. But the thing that always amazes me is the things that I always look down and have a look at people who bought this also bought, just in case they bought a better version or something like that. Well, on this HDMI cable thing, I just scrolled down, people who bought this also bought. And I swear, I'll put it on the Facebook page. So it's the Casimir Engine Show Podcast Facebook page, or at Casimir Podcast. But this HDMI, so scrolling across like cables, plugs, this, that, the other. Crotchless underpants for men. What? Honestly, I honestly swear on that. And then another one, I bought Mrs. Engine some perfume. This was from Tesco's. People who bought this also bought Swarfiga? Bizarre, eh, or what? This is Portrayal with Lost Souls. Don't forget, all the music is unsigned. Unsigned bands all the way with the Casimir Engine Show every week.
Never station. I've listened to your show and it's a shambles.
Told you it was absolutely fantastic. That is Portrayal, and that was Lost Souls. Can you understand? I am actually trying to find me bed music. Yeah, of course we can, Kaz. We're used to how rubbish you are now. So just before I went on holiday, I was a volunteer at Wirksworth Arts Festival. I got my own iVis vest and everything. Oh yeah, it was proper like official and all sorts of stuff, with volunteer written on the back. And I was based at the parish rooms in Wirksworth. Tell you what, the pressure of handling cash. Right, people were like saying, that's 2 please, Casimir. All right, that's 2 sevens, that's 14 quid. Right, here's a £20 note. Oh, and I know how much it is, right? I know what the change was. But honestly, on the spot and everything, it was like panic stations, absolute panic stations. But I managed to get down to Harlem Mill. If you've never been down to Harlem Mill, and I'm sorry, again, if you're not from the area or you're not in this country, my apologies. But it is, right, Harlem Mill. I'm gonna stick some more. Hang on a minute. I've got to put some more bed music on. Let's get rid of that and let's put. No, that's not long enough. Let's put that one on. Let's try it. Oh, it's one of them bassy ones. A cool one though. So yeah. I went down to a place called Harlem Mill, and it's based in Wirksworth, and it's the place where, you know when you say it's all wrapped up in red tape? Well, Harlem Mill was the mill where they made red tape. And there's a fantastic exhibition all about red tape, what they used to make it with, where they made it. So if you get chance and you're in this neck of the woods, get yourself down to Harlem Mill. Moon Coffee down there as well. I went for a cup of coffee with them. I had a look at some artwork up on the top floor of Harlem Mill. So if you get chance, get yourself down there. But at the Arts Festival, they had a guy called Tim Hunkin, right? He's Mr. Southwold. He's got an amusement arcade on Southwold Pier, and it is an alternative amusement arcade. He has things like, you know, where you have those things, kids things where they smack the like the gopher or something, like little like puppets pop their heads up through holes and you have to hit them with a hammer. You know that one? He's changed it slightly and it's called Whack-a-Banker. Right, so a banker's head comes up and you smack it with an hammer. And he's got another one where you try and you're an old age pensioner in a Zimmer frame, and you have to cross the road without getting run over on this machine. It's all a bit like that. Anyway, so he's been a massive, massive hero of mine for years. I've been on every single ride that Tim's ever produced. Right, this thing is fantastic. So I was more than delighted to find out that he'd actually got an installation, because he's an artist, I suppose. It was an installation at the Arts Festival, but it was a caravan. And what he'd done, there's some videos on YouTube, and what he'd done was he'd got this caravan and he'd got it on a trailer and it was suspended between 2 pins. And what he did is he climbed some steps, got in this caravan, and the whole thing rotated. It was mega. And of course, everybody on the outside's thinking everybody on the inside's getting thrown around all over the place. But I'm not going to tell you how it was done, but it was incredible. Now, I'm as travel sick can be, and I nearly chundered on that thing. It was brilliant, but not for people who suffer with a bit of travel sickness. It was awful. But also down at the festival, it hasn't finished yet, because last night we had Stuart Wheeldon from Nine Ladies Films. He showed his 2 films, In Limbo and The Telephone. Scary shiz. Right, he showed those at the Northern Light Cinema. And my new friends, who run Hilltop Brewery in Tansley, they've got beer there as well. So it's one of those fantastic cinemas. It's only a little boutique cinema. Great food, great beer. So you can imagine, great beer and a scary great film. Oh my Lord. And then this, is it next week? They've got an event with Haiku Salou, who have got people who live in, I think all 3 of them live in Cromford, in the area anyway, and they'll be playing at the Parish Rooms. They're on tour as well, so if you can go and catch them, I think they're on at Rough Trade in the East End, I think so, on Brick Lane. So if you can catch Haiku Salou on tour with the new album, I'm going to see it a week on Thursday. I think it's a week on Friday, I think it is. So that was Wirksworth Festival. If you can come along, come next year. If you didn't make it this year, come next year. It's brilliant. You'll have a time of your life. Hey, this is Triple Black Amoeba with My Old Friend Autumn.
You're listening to the Casimir Engine Show Podcast.
So that's Triple Black Amoeba. You can find his details on SoundCloud. I post them up on the Facebook page on Twitter. He's been on now. I'll go to his bonds, that will. So in the last 15 minutes of the show, we've just got we've got a bit of glider coming up.
Oi, Casimir Engine! I've listened to your show and it's a shambles!
Sits alone with a tear in her eye, married when young times passed her by. She feels like falling to her knees. When he comes home, she must please. And he won't take no for an answer. He's definitely no dream romancer. He complains about the food on the table, makes her feel like she's just not able. He makes remarks about her role in bed, and she wishes he was dead. And she hopes that God will hear her prayer. The world is full of good men out there. The world is full of good men out there. And she feels the pain inside, but he mustn't see her cry. If he does, he do it time and time again. What can she do to make it end? The pain inside. And she hopes that God will hear her prayer. The world is full of good men out there. The world is full of good men out there. The world is full of good men out there. The world is full of good men out there.
That's Glider. I spent the whole of the first show that I played their music on calling them Gilda for some reason. Don't know why. Well, I do know the reason. I'm an idiot, right? That's Glider. They're from the northeast. Again, all the details. All these bands are unsigned. Can you believe this? Oh, it's incredible that they haven't been snapped up. I've got some new stuff from Darren Clacks. Darren's a regular on our programmes, and he's got a new project coming up. I'll tell you about that in a minute. I haven't got through to me rant yet. Here's me rant. Right, hey, it's about parking charges again, right? So let us know if you're listening somewhere else in the world our parking charges are going through the roof locally, right? Which is ridiculous. But I went on holiday to Southwold. And in Southwold, the price of a 2-bed terraced house, 750,000 quid, right? Yeah, it is expensive, right? They had one of these beach houses. Well, not beach houses. It's a shed on the seafront, right? 250 grand. Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. So it's that kind of place. So, hey, come on then, Kaz. How much was the parking there? It must have cost a fortune. Free. Absolutely free. Massive car park. You can check it on Google Earth if you want. Matlock Council. Right, the car park near the golf course, free. On-street parking, free. In the slap bang in the middle of town, 2 hours, free. So, again, if anybody from Matlock Council, if you want to come on, right, you want to come on the show and just explain your plans for the town, because at the moment the plan I see is that you're ruining it. Anyway, that's me rant over and done with. So, the next track coming up, and then that's us, is by a new band with James Claxton in it called Broken Ocean. And it's written with a guy that he's met online called David Farr. He's in Iran. You see, that's what technology does for you. You can produce a track with somebody lives on, well, not quite on the other side of the planet, but it ain't far off. So David Farr's from Iran. Darren Claxton is from Belper. And they produced this track. Now, I'm playing this from Facebook Messenger. So I'm hoping that this is all going to work. Let's have a go. I didn't fade that out very well, did I? Sorry.
Just no use at all. you settle to a place you don't belong.
That's Broken Ocean. You've been listening to the Casimir Engine Show podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in. Can you hear Herbie's going mentalist? Yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks for all your downloads and all your plays. Tell all your mates. Hey, we're coming up for a cool 1,000 listeners. So don't forget, you can contact the show on at let's start that again. You can catch us on at Casimir Podcast, that's on Twitter, and the same again at Casimir Podcast on Facebook. Thanks for all the shares, thanks for all the posts. I'll see you next week.
The Casimir Engine, reliably mediocre.